Palantir's share price took off by like 30% in a day. The big question is why? Well, in this video, I'll help answer that question, and I'll show you how to identify other stocks that could potentially make you a lot of money. Before we take a look at Palantir, I just want to say that Tykr's calculations are open source for personal use. In other words, you can use the calculations to create your own version of Tykr. We're not going to stop you. You can simply go to Tykr.com, over to education, and then down to calculations. If you use Tykr, great. If not, no worries. At the end of the day, what we care about most is that you are buying and selling stocks on your own with confidence. All right, I want to show you something in Tykr to give you context of a rating we call the 7. It's highly rigorous, and it's really the foundation of what you want to look for if you want to find some strong stocks and avoid some bad stocks. So what we want to do is in the left navigation, we'll go to assets and then down to stocks. Now our ratings can be applied to stocks, ETFs, and mutual funds. ETFs and mutual funds are essentially just bundles of stocks. All right, so looking at stocks here, we can see we've got about 51,000 stocks in Tykr. And to show you a correlation here, if you have a higher score in the 7, you typically, in most cases, not all, but most, you have higher returns in the market. There is a correlation, and I'll show you right now. So what we want to do is make sure our columns are in the right order. You can go ahead and do this on your own if you have Tykr. So I like to see the summary, the score, the margin of safety, the forum, and the 7. And then I also want to see the 5-year returns. And then you can arrange your columns like so. I've got them in the right order here. Company, summary, score, margin of safety, 4M, 7, and then 5-year returns. Now, for context here, the S&P 500 typically returns about 80% over 5 years. That's a nice round number to remember. We like investing in stocks that beat the market consistently, not just 1 year, but 5 years is one of the points you can get in the 7 score, which we'll look at in a minute. But anyway, let's go ahead and update this to a 5, 6, or 7, so really 5 to 7 in the rating here. So we'll go 5 to 7 and watch this number change, and then we're going to take a look at the returns. All right, so that reduces this list down to about 1,200 stocks from 51,000. And then if we sort this from the best returns to the worst returns, let's change our pagination at the bottom to 100. So we're looking at this list and we see here right at the top, 42,000%. I mean, if we could all pick stocks that return 42,000% over 5 years, we'd all be worth a lot of money, but that's kind of unusual. But let's keep scrolling down. This will give you really good perspective of the consistent returns we're dealing with. So 17,000%, 11,000, 9,000. Let's keep going all the way to the bottom. We can see here still in the thousands. All right, 1,200%. All right, let's go to the next page here. All right, I'm at the bottom. You can see here 700%, 600%, 600%. Let's keep going. 400%. I mean, top 300 of the 1,200 here still returns that are blowing the S&P 500 away. So 400%. Let's go here to page 4. 300%, 300%. Let's go to page 6 here, see if those numbers reduce. Okay, 200%. Let's go to the top 800 stocks in the market. We see here, because of this scoring system of 5, 6, or 7 are already beating the market, 156, still doubling. Let's go to page 10. So the top 1,000, still beating the market. We see here still 100%. Let's go to page 11. Okay, now we're about break even. So the top 1,000 out of the top 1,200 are pretty much beating the market because of that simple rating of a 5, 6, or 7. Let's make a quick change here. Let's change this to 6 out of 7. That reduces it down to 287 stocks. And as we're looking here, we see, 17,000. Let's go to the bottom. Let's change our pagination to 100. All right, going all the way down. See here, the worst on this list, the top 100 is 468% versus 80%. So again, still blowing away the market if you're picking a 6 out of 7 or a 6 or 7 out of 7. Let's go to page 2. We see here still beating the market by a long shot, 188. Let's go to page 3. And 84%. Looks like there's one stock on the list is not beating the market. So if you're picking a 6 out of 7, 284 out of 285 stocks are beating the market. I'm going to do one more filter here, and then we'll take a look at Palantir to see what its number is and see exactly why the share price took off by 30%. All right, so going to the top, let's change this to 7 out of 7, a perfect score, 7 out of 7. And we see here 55 stocks make that list, and the returns all the way from top to bottom. Let's change the pagination to 100. Going down, going down, going down. Every single stock that's a 7 out of 7 is beating the market. The worst performing stock over 5 years is 94%. And guess who's on that list? Let's go ahead. Go here. Palantir is a 7 out of 7. So let's get into it. Why did this stock take off like a rocket in one day? So just to break this down a little bit, if you go to the 7 tab, and again, these calculations are all in Tykr. What we're doing is working through a checklist here. These are the important things to pay attention to. So we can see here, first off, summary needs to be on sale. That's exactly where Palantir is. To get to on sale, you need a score of 50 or higher and a margin of safety of 50% or higher. If you only hit one of those, then it's a watch. The stock would be gray. Or if it's missing both, then it's overpriced. It's red. So here we can see an 89, definitely beating the 50 we're looking for. Margin of safety is at 80%, so well over that 50%. Then the 4M, you want to be over 80 there. That's using AI to look at the 4Ms. You get the math part, which is the summary, score, and margin of safety. You also have the meaning, that's the business model. Then you have the moat, that's how it compares to other businesses, such as the competition. And then you have the management, that's the track record of the CEO. So it's factoring in all that. We use AI to do a lot of homework for you, so you don't have to do it. And getting over 80, again, very difficult. They're at a 91. 5-year returns, again, 80% is the benchmark. They're at 629. Then this is where we get into why Palantir took off like a rocket. That is so important. There's 2 key things to pay attention to, and they're already factored into the 7. The first is the EPS is increasing 3 quarters in a row, not 1 quarter. We want 3. A big thing to keep in mind is large financial institutions want consistency. They want businesses that are increasing revenue quarter over quarter over quarter and profits quarter over quarter over quarter. They don't want these big whipsaw motions where you have a great quarter and then a bad quarter and then a great quarter. They don't want that. They want consistency. Well, when you have a stock that's increasing its EPS consistently quarter over quarter over quarter, that gives institutions a lot of confidence. And that's why when they increase, they buy a lot more shares and that share price can take off. And at the same time, if they're beating their earnings estimate 3 quarters in a row, that's like the perfect storm moment, which is exactly what happened here with Palantir. So it's factoring all this for us within the 7. Again, you don't have to do homework here. This saves you a ton of time, but let's take a closer look at this so you know exactly what to look for with other stocks. All right, so if we go to the financials tab, which is right next to the earnings calendar, go to the financials tab, make sure it's toggled to quarterly, because what Tykr's doing is we're actually looking at the last 4 years, but we actually look at quarters. We don't look at the years. We want the growth rates increasing from quarter to quarter to quarter on all these lines. That's why there's a ton of math. It's not overly complicated, but there's a ton of it. So we want to go to earnings per share, and this is why that share price took off by 30% in a day. It was already a 7, so the financials are already perfect or darn near. And then at the same time, you get a jump like this. You go from 36 cents up to 44. That's exactly what financial institutions want to see. Let's back up a little bit. We can see here it was 14 cents, up to 20, up to 26, up to 36, and up to 44. That is picture perfect. You can have a business that's increasing revenues, but it's even harder to increase profits. Palantir is doing exactly that. And then if you go 1 tab over to the earnings calendar, check this out. They beat by 18%. That is why the share price took off. Again, that EPS is increasing and they beat their earnings estimate, all while the financials are in a great spot. If you have a business that's, let's say it's got okay financials, like if you go back to the tab here and let's say it's watch, they got a 7, that's a 4 out of 7. And then it had those same numbers, like it increased its EPS and they beat their earnings estimate. Maybe you'll see a little pop with the share price, but it's not going to be as big because it's not consistent. With this, the 7 is factoring in consistency over time. Again, quarter over quarter over quarter, getting these perfect financials are darn near. That's already established. And then you layer on a great earnings call where that EPS is increasing and they beat their earnings estimate. That's the perfect storm moment. So when I'm investing in stocks, what I like to do is I like to find great stocks with a high score of 5, 6, or 7 on the 7. As we saw earlier, the higher the 7, the higher potential returns. So with this, try to get into those stocks. Again, high score on the 7, and then pay very close attention to those earnings calls. And if you see a stock that's increasing its EPS consistently and at the same time beating their earnings estimates, that share price can take off. In most cases, that's exactly how it plays out. Not all cases, but most. So hopefully that gives you the information you need to be armed and dangerous for those upcoming earnings calls so you can make some potentially big returns. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you stayed to the end, thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. If you want to see the ratings on Palantir and other stocks in the market, you can join Tykr for free. Of course, don't buy and sell stocks based solely on what you hear. Only buy and sell stocks that align with your own personal financial goals. Thanks for checking out this video. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.